sorry, on the wardrobe. Yeah, right. Well, now that we've scared off the riffraff, I can provide an explanation for the next video, which you probably haven't seen yet. But anyway, don't mind me. Yeah, I had a bit of a rant the other day. Excuse me. Sorry, it's morning. I might edit it out to here, but anyway, we'll see. Wanted to explain a few things. I've been kind of going over my mind. I'm having the usual early morning brainstorms. I have medicated this time though, because it's a bit too much for me right now. But that's just a matter of fact. What the issue is. So if it's too much for me to deal with, I don't deal with it yet. Anyway, but I am making progress. So yeah, I get easily distracted. But to the matter at hand, been going through a lot of thinking of how to explain things to people and what's wrong. It's really difficult to deal with all this. It's very emotionally trying. If for no other reason than to understand my reaction, listen to what I have to say in these videos about what's wrong and assume I'm right. I just realized yesterday, the person that at my friend's church that said he wanted to listen, he didn't want to listen to hear what I had to say. He wanted to listen to prove himself correct, that I couldn't possibly be right. And, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what's going on in this guy's head. He didn't want to listen to my telling him what I believed to be the solution. He didn't want to hear that. He wanted to prove to himself that I couldn't possibly have come to the solution. But what if I have? What a mistake is that? That's like your global warming mistake. Oh, it can't be real. If it is, it's killing us and killing the planet, and we goddamn well better do something about it now. But you think it's okay to assume that it's not possible? The risks are tremendous. And what do we need oil for? So we can drive. What do we need to drive for? So we can go to work. What do we need to work for? So we can buy a car. What do we need a car for? So we can drive to work. What do we need to work for? So we can buy a car. Shall I keep going and going and going? Anyway. Yeah, very, very difficult to deal without emotion. Still have a lot of frustration, to say the least. But like I said about to understand my feelings. Imagine you're the only adult in a town full of children. You know how children are. Imagine 10 and 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds. Oh, God. A couple of 16-year-olds here and there. But imagine them running the town and being in charge. You're an adult. You've got your license. You can drink alcohol. You can get married and have kids. Have a passport and things like that, and have a job. You're an adult, and these are just children, and they're running your life. But you can't do anything because they have your life in their hands. So this is very hard to do without emotion. Plus I have a blockage, intestinal blockage, or something. It kind of hurts. Anyway, hopefully you can imagine, the frustration, and add this element to it. They're only children because they're held under a spell, but it's a spell of their own making, and they don't realize it. And you're trying to tell them, for their benefit and for your own. For their benefit, because life is so much better as an adult. I mean, why do you think we grow up? I'm an adult. I'm telling you, it's better. Come on, please trust your elders just once. It's a lot better being an adult than a child. It's easier to wake up in the morning. Much easier. It only takes 4 hours of sleep for me to wake up in the morning. Anyway. So yeah, it is better. But it's frustrating because it's so much better. So much better. I mean, you have to watch. I can't give you relevant culture because I haven't actually watched a movie even in 2 years. But you have to imagine yourself watching things like Speed Racer, the live action. Sorry, that was difficult to watch. But you have to imagine things like that. You have to watch things like that and imagine that going on to have an idea of how I experience things like autocrossing. I mean, four-wheel drift isn't just, ooh, what a cool feeling. It's incredible knowing that your tires are skipping across the surface because you have enough lift from the combination of things. Sorry, my brain's just really foggy right now. It's just this combination of physics and math and just incredible knowledge that you realize is coming together to give you this feeling, and it just gives it so much more depth. Imagine that expansion of emotion and feeling and knowledge and experience. Now imagine that applied to everything in your life. I don't get to share this part of me very often, excuse me. Because, this socialization thing, I was never part of your culture. Growing up, I was bullied. I was set aside in the classroom because my brain was more developed, I guess. Despite having brain damage when I was 4. But, at least. Well, folks, there's a reason I can figure out the answers to everything that's wrong socially, but I can't remember to pick up things that I buy at the store. Things have been scrambled, Not quite in a wheelchair, I don't talk with just my finger, but kind of the same concept, only a lot milder on both ends. It's a very extreme example of someone that's extremely smart and extremely disabled. I'm just kind of smarter and more disabled than you relative to him. I hope he doesn't experience the pain, though. And that's the other thing. I mean, you gotta understand how much pain I am in and what it does to me. And I can't take pain pills. I have some T3s, but I use them very sparingly, like when I bump my still broken pinky. That 30, I think, will last me probably a year. That's how long the last bottle lasted. And that was including needing it for, God, I didn't even get pain pills when I broke my pinky, okay? Broke my pinky, dislocated it, broke a chip off, see it swollen, that's from 2 months ago. Yeah, no pain pills for that. Oh, I'm sorry, 3. 2, the following, no, the third day after, no, the second day after. I had 2 in the morning and 1 in the evening. That was it. Ow. But, yeah, pain, I mean, you don't experience pain every day like I do. But imagine and think back to when you have experienced pain. You know, doesn't it piss you off? And yes, women, you automatically know this. But guys, I mean, think back to the times you've been in pain, and you know, it fucking hurts, and it shortens your fuse, and you know, just makes it worse. You know, builds it up, and yeah, I'm under that kind of pain every day. So, you know, I do have a lot of reason for the anger, and it's not directed at you. It's directed at your actions and your attitudes and your egos. And I'm just trying to wake you up. I don't know how to do it. I have some ideas. I'm going to try them, but communication is obviously not my forte. I'm probably laughing at this point. Oh, look, he's crying. You know, you're supposed to see that. You're supposed to say, damn, he's very empathetic. Very empathetic. In the right way, too. When he sees the consequences of... He sees other people's emotional reactions. And I feel them. Anyway, it's a lot to bear. I hope you know that. And don't worry, I bear it very well. So don't worry about me, not in that regard. You know, I'm surviving day to day, but I'd like to do a bit more than survive. That's why I need help. You know, I can't always fully explain myself because of this stupid brain damage. And please take that into consideration. Yes. I can't just turn off all the emotion. Forget about all the pain that has been caused. Inadvertently, I understand that you have to understand that if I don't turn on the hate, I won't remember to stay away. I went to a convention here locally a few years ago. I think it was 2008. And I had a significant falling out with many people because of my ex. And this person had made veiled threats towards me. And my memory is so bad. I saw him, I recognized him from a year or two before. And I went up to him and hugged him. Not realizing who he was. Later that convention, he got dramatic and fucking threatened me. Excuse my language. You know, that's why it's dangerous for me. That's why I need help, you know, the little things. Mike, isn't that? Oh yeah. Shouldn't you? Oh yeah. That's all I need. That's all I need. And let me clean your house for you. to earn my keep. That's all I need. Just someone to earn their keep and remind me. Just bump the machine. And like I said, it's very difficult to do this without emotion. So which do you like better? This or... I know that pissed off a lot of people. I emailed it to my family, who I desperately hate. Sorry, but you're a bunch of psychopaths. Get over it. Look it up. I've told you how many times now. Lovefraud.com. Psychopath, sociopath, same thing. You know. That's the problem, is Americans are all becoming sociopaths. I never would have imagined, I don't even think Kubrick would have imagined it was possible to create psychopaths as adults through sheer act of essentially will. You know, it's propaganda, hypnotic effect type thing, you know, very complicated, and you think it's magical, mystical. No, it's not. It's extremely psychologically scientifically psychological, something like that. See, I don't even understand it. I'm a genius. My brain damage genius. But, I'm probably running out of time. And anyway. So, yeah. Benefit of the doubt. You know, I don't know what to do to wake you up, but you need to wake up. We all do. It's hard. I will tell you that. It's hard. But it's a lot easier than keeping your eyes closed and not knowing what's coming. You know, that cop down there, ex-cop military guy down there in LA. A tragic series of events. An opportunity to fix something and blood. No, I'm not supporting the guy. Not his actions, anyway. Not his actions. His efforts, I did support. Anyway. That guy down there, you know, he was never a big, significant risk. I mean, like, God, I can't believe people just brushing off their actions. Nearly killing 2 people. Unprovoked. Because they looked like the wrong guy. I mean, isn't that a symptom of what some of us have been telling you for a long, long time? You know. I'm not saying it is. I'm saying we should ask. Is what he said in his, what they call manifesto, right? Is he making valid claims? Why else would someone do that? Anyway, he was never a big threat. The threat was the inspiration. You wonder why these shootings are happening. It's because these shootings are happening. More and more people are seeing that it's an answer. Stupidly. Foolish fucking idiots. This is by no means the answer. Yeah, I mean, here a guy had these valid claims, or seemingly valid claims, seemingly very credibly presented claims. And he found a way to get our attention. But his claims were distorted by the media. You need to read the real text of his posting